Good morning. So this morning's class was a colossal screw up on my part because I suck at technology. So working out the kinks, and hopefully by the next class it will be on time and there will actually be a class. So I'm sorry to those of you who were waiting for me and were disappointed that the class didn't happen, but I made this segment for you guys. You can keep it, you can download it, you can watch it. I had one of those mornings where, when you wake up super early without an alarm and you're like, wow, I feel good, like I'm up, like I'm ready, and then, you might go to the bathroom and then come back and lie back down, and then you fall asleep again, and then you wake up and it's an hour and a half later, and not only are you late, but you are even more tired than you were when you woke up earlier. That happened to me this morning. I'm still human. But anyways, I'm here now and I'm gonna record this for you guys. So this is just like a 30-minute segment of a sample of stuff that I do in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I usually do a 10 to 15 minute meditation and then some sort of movement. And minimum, that movement is 10 minutes. Maximum, it could be 30, 35 minutes, just depending on how my body's feeling. This morning I'm going to record for you guys, hopefully closer to 30 minutes, just so you can see a couple of the things that I do. But really, it's just me listening to my body and doing what I feel like I need to do. So that's it. A little bit of a morning routine can help immensely. It's totally changed my life, and it makes my days. And it's kind of like brushing my teeth. I don't really feel like I'm complete unless I do it, unless I move or something. And it doesn't take much, even 10, 15 minutes a day can really make a difference. Just the first thing when you wake up, it just sets your whole day straight. So without further ado, I'm going to put on my favorite morning song. And by the way, if you are looking for some new music or just need something to flow to, or you're like, I'm sick of all my music, you can follow me on Spotify. It's just my Facebook page name is Catherine Yates, and I have hundreds of playlists. So just go through and you can explore to your heart's desire. Okay, here we go. So when I wake up in the mornings, my legs feel really stiff. And so a lot of times I'll just do maybe some cat-cows. This morning I'm feeling like I want to stretch out my hamstring some more, because those are usually the first things that kind of tighten up for me overnight. So I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit on my mat. And these little crab walks. So I keep my feet in the same place, and when I'm coming over to the right, my right heel is lifted, and I'm straightening my left leg as much as I can. I'm going to breathe in as I extend my left arm up, and then exhale, using my fingertips, crawling over to the left. Now use your hands as much as you need to. This might be really hard if you're not so open in your hips, but just do the best you can, even if your stance is a little bit shorter, if your feet are closer together, that's totally fine. Inhale, the arm comes up. Exhale, crawl back through center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, crawl back. One more on each side. Awesome. Just release that and come to all fours on the center of your mat. Starting to warm up the spine with some gentle cat-cows. So take your fingers, first of all, always make sure that your hands are rooted down firmly into the mat. So like really energetic fingers, and press all four corners of your palms into the mat. And make sure your hips are aligned with your knees and your shoulders. So nice square underneath your torso. As you inhale, arch the spine, open the chest and look up. As you exhale, push the floor away, round to the upper back and take the gaze back toward the navel. Inhale, arch the spine, look up, maybe a soft bend in the elbows. And then as you exhale, round through the spine and push the floor away. Now I'm gonna get a little bit creative with my cat-cows because for me, I like to warm up my joints the first thing in the morning. So as I move and breathe, I'm gonna take my hips around in circles. So it's almost as if you're drawing a big clock face with your hips. So you can go clockwise and counterclockwise. And even dropping your hips down, shooting them back toward your heels. But keep your 4 points of contact with your mat, your hands and your knees. Yeah. And then you might get your shoulders involved. And it doesn't have to be a specific thing. You can make figure eights with your shoulders. You can bend your elbows and drop them down to the mat. There's really no one right way to move the body. Right, so part of my morning movement is that I just do whatever kind of feels good. And you might think to yourself, I don't know what feels good. I don't know what to do. That's okay. Practice. The more you practice and the more you listen to your body, the more you'll be able to hear what your body has to tell you. Okay, find your way back to stillness. And I'm going to energize through my legs and my arms now. So inhale, extend the right arm out and the left leg back. And I'm really shooting through my fingertips and my toes. One straight line of energy all the way from fingertips to toes. Take another breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee, crunch it under. Inhale, extend the arms and legs. Exhale, crunch it under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Now stay in pause. As you exhale, bend through the back knee and grab hold of the inside ankle of your foot. And start to kick into that foot, if that's available for you. If not, then just stay where you are with your extended arm and leg. Keep wrapping the right shoulder towards your front space. Making sure the shoulders stay square. Take another breath in. Exhale, release with control, and come back to center. Good. Other side. Inhale, left arm out, right leg back. Really energizing through the limbs of the body. Take another breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend it out, long and strong. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale it up. Exhale back. Inhale it out, stay. See, now I'm looking at myself in the camera. I can see that I tend to hike up my back leg, so I'm just gonna drop it down a little bit. If you have access to a camera or a mirror, even better. Take another breath in. Exhale, reach around, grab the inside ankle, maybe the top of the foot or maybe the ankle. Stay where you are or begin to kick into that foot, opening up your chest. I really feel this in my left shoulder. I'm tight in my shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale, release with control. Draw the belly up and in, and then exhale, release. Tuck your toes behind you. Lift your knees off the mat, and come into your first downward facing dog of the day. Cool, so I always take some time to pedal out my dog, lifting one heel and then the other. And think about drawing the tops of the thigh bones up towards your hips, up toward the ceiling. And Put a little bit greater bend in your knees than you think. And shine your heart toward your butt. Sorry, toward your shins. Lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Lift your butt up high to the ceiling. So shoulders are away from the ears. Draw them away from the ears and down the back. This really gets me in my hamstrings. I love this. It's like a juicy morning wake-up call for me. Fingers are spread wide on the mat, putting more weight in the inner arches of the palms. Take another breath in. Exhale it all out. Inhale, lift your heels high, and then roll out all the way to your high plank. Draw the tops of the thighs up toward the ceiling, and make sure your hips are in line with your shoulders and your heels. I like to rock back and forth, my first plank of the morning. Really warming up my joints, maybe rocking the hips side to side. Whew. For me, this really gets me going. This wakes me up more than a cup of coffee. Let's do some little shoulder taps. So left hand to the right shoulder, and then put it down. And then right hand to the left shoulder, and put it down. Now try to keep your body as still as possible as you move from side to side. Good. Let's do this 5 more times. 1, 2, don't forget to breathe. 3, 4, 5. Come back to high plank. Now forearms down to the mat, low plank. This is the harder, older sister of the high plank. Rock back and forth, energize the thighs, squeeze the glutes, soften the shoulders and draw them away from the ears. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and then exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Now we're in a little baby cobra. Shoot your arms out in front of you and take your forehead down to the mat. Turn your palms facing up like you're serving a giant fruit platter. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, sharpen the legs and lift the head and chest up off of the mat. Exhale, lower down. 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift up. This is so good for your back. Exhale, lower down. Keep energizing through the legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Take the palms beneath the shoulders. Inhale, push up strong through high plank. And then exhale, shoot the hips back, downward facing dog. Spread your feet, make sure they're hip width distance here. And again, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Tailbone shooting up toward the sky. Lift your heels off of the mat. It's not so important to get your heels all the way down. No, the important thing is to maintain the natural curves of the spine. I don't really care if your legs are straight. I care if your back is straight, if the natural curves of your spine are there. So meaning that you have that arch in your low back, you have the arch in your high back, and if you have a mirror, it's really good to look at yourself in this position. Inhale, lift the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and open up your hips. Try to stack your right hip on top of the left. Really yawn open your hips and try to make some circles with your knee. Yeah, so now I'm going counterclockwise, and then I'm going to go clockwise, warming up the hip joints. You can make these circles big or small. And then return to 3-legged dog. Inhale, straighten the right leg, square the hips. Exhale, take the knee into the nose, thigh high up into the chest. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Hold and hover. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Take the knife edge of your foot to the floor and slide your right foot out perpendicular to the long edge of your mat as you open up the left arm and come into fallen star. Opening up the whole front side of your body. Take another breath in. Exhale, plant the
left palm down. Inhale, shoot the right leg up and back. And then exhale, the right leg comes back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels high, roll yourself out to high plank. Hello, high plank. Here we go. Let's try those shoulder taps again. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep your whole body off of the mat. Inhale, come to the tops of your feet. Upward facing dog. Thighs are off of the mat. Gaze is soft and steady. And then exhale, come back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, yawn yourself open. Good. Start to take those knee circles, warming up your hip joints. And then go the other way, counterclockwise. Take another breath in and stay. Try to tap your right butt cheek with your left heel. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, knee into nose. Thigh high up into the chest. Maybe you touch your knee to your nose. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Hold and hover. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Drop the left foot down to the ground. The outside edge of the foot slides out as you open up the right side of your body. Stay for a full breath cycle. Exhale, right palm down. Inhale, left leg up and back once more. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Keep the leg hovered or not. And then as you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale is your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 grounding breaths in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw the belly up and in. Exhale, shoot your tailbone up to the sky. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward like you're about to pounce, and then hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise up, sweep your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands at heart center. Cool, let's do one sun salutation A together just to get our heart pumping even more if it's not already. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift is your breath in, flat spine. Chaturanga Dandasana is the breath out. Hands down, step back, and lower halfway down. Cobra or up dog is the breath in. And then downward facing dog is the breath out. Take 3 clearing breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, open the mouth. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Inhale, heels come high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift once more, and then take your feet about hip-width distance. Grab hold of your ankles, and if you need to bend your knees here, do that, okay? So a lot of us have different ranges in our hamstrings. I love to stretch on my hamstrings first thing in the morning. So for me, I like to straighten my hamstrings as much as I can, and then just reach down as far as I can. Cool, so I'm just gonna pull myself towards my legs. I really feel this opening the backs of my knees and also the back of my bum. If you want to take it a bit further, you can take your palms underneath your feet and your toes give your wrists a nice little massage. Always good in the morning, especially after some down dogs. If your wrists aren't used to it, your wrists can be really sore. Inhale deeply. Exhale, fold a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Release the bind if you have that, and slowly roll all the way to standing. Keep the knees soft, so don't lock them out. Take them all the way up. Nice. Take your feet together at the top of your mat. Bend the knees, sweep the arms down and up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Look down at your toes, make sure you can see them, and shoot your tailbone back. Open up your chest, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Energize through the arms. Take another breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Turn your back foot down at a 45-degree angle. And sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Sink deeper into the front knee. Open up the chest. And stay for the exhale. Take a little baby back bend, inhale. And exhale, frame the right foot once more. Good. Lift the back heel up. This time sweep your arms up once more. I really like to do my lunges in the morning. For me, it energizes my legs, it stretches out my hamstrings and my hip flexors. So I'll just kind of hang out in crescent lunge sometimes. And rock back and forth. Play with bending your back knee and straightening it. Sometimes I'll take these little knee dips. Whew. My heart rate is flying. I don't know about you guys. Straighten your back leg. Inhale, lean back. Palms touch. And then exhale, take the arms forward and hover your thigh, your chest above your thigh. Take another breath in. And then exhale, shoot forward, straighten the standing leg, come into warrior three. This is really good for your leg strength, really good for your balance. Wrap the left hip down towards the mat. I do warrior three almost every single morning because I'm trying to activate my legs more. Activate my hamstrings, stretch them out, take another breath in. And then exhale, drop your hands down to the mat, standing splits. Hips are still square. Left leg is lifted. Left foot can be pointed or flexed, your choice. It's not so much about how high you get your back leg, but it's about maintaining the integrity of your standing leg. Drawing your belly up and in. Core is everything. Everything comes from the core. Inhale. Exhale. Start to walk your right fingertips out in front of your right foot about a foot and a half, and then begin to stack your left hip over your right. Take the left hand to the hip. So now we're in this like modified half moon. And then take the left arm up to the ceiling if you want, or keep your hand on your hip. If you need to have a block underneath your right arm, this is awesome to give you some height. Especially if you don't have the core strength yet or the balance to keep you up, then you just stay right here. But the eye of this posture is in the lifted leg. So I'm kicking through my left heel. I'm really lifting it up toward the sky. And I feel my whole ass working here. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. This is where I usually play around with my handstand hops, because that's one of my physical goals this year. So you can just play with like hopping up and down, just to see what it's like to transfer the weight into your palms. So now you've seen my handstand practice. That's what it looks like in the morning at least. Other side. Cool. All right, come to the top of your mat. And we'll start again with Utkatasana or chair pose. So inhale the arms up.
And shoot your tailbone back. As you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in, flat spine. Bend the knees, hands on the mat as you exhale and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Your feet are like on train tracks here. Wrap the biceps towards your ears. Energize through the left leg. Sorry, the right leg. My right leg is on fire. My left knee is right over my left ankle. Take another breath in. Lean back, baby, back bend. Exhale, frame the left foot. Lift the back heel up. Square the hips off. And then inhale, lift up, high crescent lunge. So same thing again. I'm just exploring the boundaries of the shape within my body. So what does it feel like to shift my weight forward and back? Maybe I want to stretch out my sides, grab hold of one wrist, and pull myself over. Waking up the side bodies. Maybe taking some knee drops. Inhale, reach the heart space up. Exhale, thunderbolt. Keep the biceps right by the ears. Belly hovering over the thigh. Take another breath in. And then prepare for liftoff as you shift the weight into the standing leg. Warrior three. Energize through the right leg. You don't have to keep your arms by your ears, although that's the most challenging variation. You can take your arms back. Keep wrapping your right hip down towards the mat. One more breath in. And exhale, hands come to the floor, standing splits. Right leg lifted high. Really energize through the standing leg. For an extra challenge, try taking one or maybe both hands to the ankle and pull your thigh toward your shin. So again, it's not about how high your lifted leg is. It's about trying to reach your chest towards your shin. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. I'm going to come on into my half moon variation. If this is too much on your standing leg, you can totally take a break. And you can come into this from a warrior two. So you can step your right foot back. If you need a little bit of a break, grab hold of your block. I'm just going to switch sides so you can see me. And then take the right hand down in front of your, the left hand down in front of your left toes. And then open up your chest to the side. I'm going to get rid of my block. And take my arm up to the sky. Again, this leg is doing all of the work. That's what's keeping me up. Extra challenge, take your gaze to the ceiling. One more breath in. Exhale, right hand down. Standing splits once more. This feels so juicy to me these days. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, place the hands down. Step back to down dog or child's pose, or play with your handstand hops on the other side. Energizing through the legs, strong core. Keep the gaze down and right in between your thumbs. I seem to always flip over into a back bend, which is not a good thing. So the reason I do that is because I have a lot of flexibility in my low back, and I don't have as much control over my upper back and my legs. So that's why I'm working on that. Anyways, find yourself in a down dog or a child's pose, if you're there already, and then come down to your bum. I always try to do like a little bit of abs, even if it's just 10 rounds of something. So this morning we're gonna do some boat reps. So to keep your shins up, parallel to the mat, draw your shoulders back, strong spine. Good. Inhale, stay. And then exhale, low boat. Try to keep your shoulders off of the mat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat.
Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Release everything down to the mat. Take your arms overhead. I like to draw my heels in towards my bums and take a little bridge pose. So glue your triceps down to the mat and then bring your awareness to your whole spine. We oftentimes have a little gap between our upper back and our spine. Our lower back in the floor. And I'd like you to bring your awareness to that space and then eliminate that gap. So I'm pushing my low back into the floor. And what that does is draw my low belly muscles in. So keeping that low belly awareness, begin to lift the hips up off of the mat and come into bridge pose. And notice if you're squeezing your glutes, I like to give my glutes a little bit of a tap. And then like roll side to side. It's like I'm a salsa dancer. So I lift one hip bone up toward the ceiling and then lift the other one up. It's like I'm making a little figure eights with my hips. And I really start to feel my inner organs here. This is so good for your digestive system. Inhale, lift your hips up really high. Maybe interlace your fingers below your bum. And then exhale, slowly release everything down to the mat. Take your knees into your chest. Grab hold of your big toes. Let your knees and your feet fall out to either side and hang out in happy baby. I really like to push through my heels and straighten my legs. This feels really nice to me in the morning. That may not be available to you, so hang out in happy baby if it's not. Extra challenge, scissor kicks. If you haven't had enough abs already, inhale, one leg up. Exhale, they cross in the middle. Inhale, other leg up. Exhale, they cross in the middle. Inhale, other leg up. Good. Inhale, take the legs up to the ceiling, and then play around with whatever inversion is calling you today. So maybe you just want to keep your legs straight up and keep drawing your low belly in and back towards the mat. And then maybe you just stay here. If you're still feeling some more abs, sometimes I'll do this little exercise where I imagine there's a rope coming down from the ceiling and I'm pulling myself up on this rope. Reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling, reaching and pulling. Yeah, just like that. If you've had enough and you're just hanging out in your inversion, you can stay here. Or you can shift into a shoulder stand and take your hands supporting your low back. Okay, no weight in the neck. Your triceps are your support. My legs are energized and lifting me up. The goal is to get my hips above the shoulders, but most of us are not there yet. I'm not there yet. Everything's a work in progress. When you come out of shoulder stand, use your arms like brakes and lower your hips down very slowly and mindfully, very slowly, all the way down to the ground. Cool. And release everything into the floor. Namaste.
Thank you for flowing with me. I hope I could give you some sort of inspiration for your morning routine. Stay tuned for more videos and more tips. I'm going to lead you guys through some other variations of that routine in the weeks to come. Namaste.